The T app was intended to help women date safely. Then it got hacked. 404 Media, which earlier reported the breach, said it was the notorious hacker known as 4chan, who discovered an exposed database that allowed anyone to access the material from T. The app and the breach highlight the fraught nature of seeking romance in the age of social media. So it's just a communal kind of thing, because there is a I think a Facebook page or Reddit page of, do you know this man or have you dated this man before? And you get on there and you talk about guys you've dated, guys in the area, in the community, and you talk about your experiences with him. Is he dating somebody else? Whatever. Which, in some sense, I think that's probably not a terrible thing. Like, if there's going to be like ridiculous, heinous men out there who are dating a bunch of women at once, it's probably not that bad to like call him out on it. Like, I don't know. I think that that's probably a good thing. The problem is that you make an app like this, if that's like a community type thing on Facebook or Reddit, where you get in a local kind of community, whether it's Cleveland or Chicago or something, right? And you talk about guys in the area, maybe, but like when you get on an app like this where guys are just they're just anonymously kind of shit talking dudes. It's like guys they've dated that they're probably resentful of. Yeah, like this isn't going to be those reviews aren't going to be skewed in some type of way. Like, okay, I wonder if whoever on 4chan did it was one of the men who was on the app. That would be interesting. In an Apple Store review, one woman wrote that she used a T search to investigate a man she'd begun talking to and discovered over 20 red flags, including serious allegations like assault and recording women without their consent. She said she cut off communication. I can't imagine how things could have gone had I not known, she wrote. Okay, something like that. It's like, That's probably a good thing to voice to other women. Like, don't date that guy. He's being a piece of shit. But people take the ball and they run with it. A female columnist for the Times of London newspaper who signed into the app on Thursday called T a man-shaming site. That's absolutely what it probably turned into. I have not seen anything about it. I've never been on it. But I guarantee that's what it turned into. He don't make enough money. He don't have any hobbies. He's got a little whatever. He's short. It's probably turned into a whole man bashing website or app, I should say. And then it's like, okay, well, this kind of defeated the purpose of what it was supposed to be. This is simply vigilante justice, entirely reliant on the scruples of anonymous women. With T on the scene, what man would ever dare date a woman again? Absolutely. And even thinking from a man's perspective, if this app actually was something that was ubiquitous, you would never want to be vulnerable or let a woman in at all, right? You would never want to deal with women at all. Because then it's like, okay, well, if I say something wrong, if I do something wrong, if I'm not walking on eggshells constantly, she's going to write a scathing review about me. And I'm a 5-star man. Remember that? I'm a 5-star man. You rated me a 3? What? Do men have one of these? Do men have a app like this? I don't think they do. Maybe we should get one. But again, we get into the philosophy of data, though. We get into the realm, the religion, I should say, of data. And then we go, well, I have all this data on this person. And you start to, instead of it being a kind of relationship, an emotional experience with somebody, despite the flaws, you stay with them, right? Instead of that, which is how dating used to be, marriage used to be, obviously there's a threshold that you reach when it's like, okay, this guy's a crackhead. I'm not going to date him. But like, despite all that, you would find the good in someone, and you would remember the good times you had with somebody. You would go with, and it would be a whole event. It would be a experience. But now it's like it's reducing it down to data and what is the app? What does T say about my mate? Oh, no, he's only got a 3.4. This guy's got a 4.0. I think I'm going to go with him. I think I'm going to go with Tyrone instead of Chad. Sorry, Chad. Tyrone's got a higher review. He makes more money. Whatever it is. Like, it could be anything. I don't really know. But it's just like, you can absolutely see where this is going to go. I feel like when you come out with something like this, it needs to be like, you need to think of like, how is the absolute worst way somebody could use this? Like, what is the worst possible outcome that people are going to use this? And you have to say that's how people are going to use it. But I feel like the people don't even think about that. They just like come out with shit and they're like, we'll figure it out. I'm like, okay. 4chan leaked T-App's user and the TikTok lower mids wanted to speak with the manager.
Hey, so the incels are at it again. No one can have a fun time on the internet. It's just
Fun
the rule,
time.
especially if you're a woman. Nice try. Saw you trying to have fun there. Saw you trying to stay safe there. Not gonna happen. Not on their watch. I do, of course, also think that there is quite a bit of responsibility on the app. You know, they clearly didn't set up enough security measures, so somebody nasty was able to easily access these images and leak them. So head on a swivel, ladies. Hey, so
What? Okay, so like this is like the thing. It's like I thought she was about to take some accountability and be like, well, some of the women on the app were pretty nasty, and they were saying I don't actually know what was. I don't have the app. I've never downloaded it, but like I can foresee. I'm not a genius here, but I can tell that there's probably a lot of women on this app who were posting some pretty egregious things about guys in there. He yelled at me once. He did like there's probably women on there who just the slightest infraction and they post about it and they rate the guy a 1 and it's like okay, or he just broke, even if you broke up with a girl, like she might be butthurt about that. Are there women on there who probably are like, hey, this guy is like a violent crazy person? Like probably, and that's probably fine, but like there's probably a crazy amount of people who are just on there and they're insane. And to be honest, looking at these pictures, I'm just going to go out on a limb there and say that that was absolutely the case. And this lady, she looks kind of crazy herself.
If you have the T app downloaded or you're a user on it, listen up. If you're a user of that T app and you put in your driver's license number or uploaded a picture of it and then took a selfie and sent it in, you're fucked. Apparently, that shit was not secure and all of that info got leaked. Your driver's license number, probably like the full thing. And then the metadata from the pictures that you sent in. Like, they can see your exact coordinates and, like, the time that you took that picture and everything from the metadata.
Dude, this lady, I'm sorry, man. She looks like a friggin' demon. This is scary, man. What is she doing here? What's going on here? What's going on here? The piercing through the like, and then the bull thing. Like, man, and then what's up with the hair too? Why do they all have this? Like, she's got a mini version of it, but like they all have like a like bowl cut bangs. Not a fan. Yeah, not a fan. Cut her bangs, Michael J. Fox. Whoops. She'd be wearing an eye patch if it was Michael J. Fox. No one can have fun on the internet. This thing would dox me in a heartbeat for having a different political view. Oh, that's not. I didn't even think about the politics too. Like, this guy's like a crazy alt-righter. He's like a crazy Trump supporter. Don't date him. He hates you. He's a misogynist. Like, what? We're giving this type of power to crazy, resentful, hysterical women. We're saying, yeah, it's all good and true, and everything on there is factual. Calling the T hack a hack is honestly a stretch. They put everything in a publicly accessible database. Not in the they didn't encrypt sense, in the literally publicly accessible URL sense. The hack is downloading JPEG files from a publicly accessible URL. So, and I'm not going to claim to be a tech wizard, but from what he's saying, he's telling us that it wasn't even something where they had to breach a bunch of encryption. They just had the files there and somebody just downloaded them. And they were just in a database, just floating around. He goes on to say, to have this little security, you would have to actually fight the default platform behavior. By default, Firebase buckets are locked. You'd have to very intentionally set it to public, and it will scream at you and warn endlessly when you try to do so. So was this like on purpose? This is why I think the developers meant to do. Did they mean to do this? It's much simpler than that, folks. It's an app that cut corners on security during development, as often happens. Got a false sense of security when no crises seemed to happen, and then a crisis happened when enough eyes were on them. That's almost always how a company finds out about their security flaws. Well, that's true. So they gave the public full reading rights, pretty much access to the original code where the database is set as a link to the public. Typically it's locked, but it seems like someone overrode that to make it public. Incredibly dumb decision, like making your entire Facebook a community account anybody at the time can use. Whoa. App is a honeypot. Wait a minute. So do the people make this app, put all this loose data out there, and knew that women were going to use this to be resentful harpies, and then thought someone will leak this data? Is that what it was? Is this a honeypot for women? We gotta hate. Men and women need to hate each other a little more. I could see it. I don't know if that's what happened, but geez Louise, if what they're saying is true and it was just out there in a database just super easy to access, it's like, how do you just let that happen? There are 50 plus state level data protection laws, most with breach clauses, and nearly all would consider a bucket of ID selfies with no auth a prima facie violation. There's something poetic about the fact that the app was supposed to expose men's unhealthy behaviors and end up exposing every single one of its users. Oh man, dude. It's all just women reporting ball symmetry. The only thing that women care about. What the fuck? I iron my sack so it falls perfectly. Holy. Yes, I'm a 5-star man, exactly. I'm a 5-star man! Rate me. You better rate me correctly. I'm going to rate you back if you don't. I'm going to rate you so hard. T-App has hit the hood, sir. Can't hold his liquor, breath stink, bed on the floor, OMG, alcoholic. Dude. It's just like over the top scrutinizing of these guys. Well, you're not literally the knight in shining armor, so I'm going to just rate you shittily. Hey, men are people too. Okay? We screw up. We make mistakes. We're not perfect. Have some compassion.
My nigga, how the fuck did I get on the T-App? I used to work with him. He gave me gay vibes. Nigga, what? Nigga, I only worked one job with females, bro. And that was at Olive Garden when I was a server. And the reason why I didn't fuck with none of y'all is because y'all was already fucking all the niggas on the job. Peep this. The niggas already showed me text proof on who the fuck was already getting cracked. There was nobody at the Olive Garden that wasn't getting cracked on Camp Creek Parkway. Yes, I said the motherfucking location, nigga, and I know who the fuck did that shit. So you mad I have self-respect? You mad that I didn't give you the attention that you wanted and added to your high body count? And then the first given opportunity, you want to slander my name? What the fuck is wrong with you, gang? You need serious help. T-App, go ahead and make a male version. Now. I mean now.
Like, that's something else. It doesn't take into account, like, people's individual circumstances at all. Like, what he's saying. Like, he worked at Olive Garden. All the women were already being, they're already with guys. So he was just, like, not wanting anything about that. Well, he has gay vibes. It's like, what? How are you going to say that? Because I act a certain way, you don't know it from my view, from my angle. But it's just like, nope. That's what the data and that's what the external that's what my view is. So I'm just going to put that in there. And it's like, okay, it's a little extreme, a little much.